you are very irritating. Now, we are friends. We get along very well. But me and the person know. Both of us know that we can't marry each other. And we are still friends till now. But we knew we couldn't marry each other. And we had enough sense to keep it at that level. So once you decide to move it out of that level of friendship and you decide to get into a commitment with the person, I don't see a level in between friendship and courtship. Those status that are not, you are no more friendship and you are not courting, there's a lot of confusion that happens there. Because the problem is that at that point, you have now what happens most times is that people throw away the boundaries of friendship. The boundaries that exist while both of you are just friends, you throw it away. But the commitment of people that want to marry each other is not there either. So boundaries are lost, commitment is not present, anything is possible. So, friendship, courtship, don't stay anywhere in between. Once you move it out of friendship, then you should be doing courtship. At that point, you should be asking, so what are we doing with each other? If the person is not clear, it's not saying exactly what is going on, somebody should ask somebody, so what are we doing with each other now? What are we? Where are we going? And please, ladies, if that question ever becomes necessary, it doesn't mean that you are forcing yourself on him. You are just refusing to let anybody waste your time and emotional energy. It's not a sign. That does not mean you are asking him out. It's not a sign of desperation. It's just a sign that you place enough value on yourself than to allow somebody to be wasting your time and the person will be camping around you and the person will be doing agaragba chiruzo in your life. You know the meaning of agaragba chiruzo? The person will carry body and block road. He will not enter. He will not let those that want to enter. Don't let anybody do that agaragba chiruzo pharisiacal behavior in your life. Let's be clear. You dey, abi you no dey. If you no dey, shift. Make I see road. Doesn't mean we are quarreling. We can still be friends, but don't be hovering around me and be tabernacling over my life like that. Let everybody. And it's both male and female. Some women don't want to marry you, but they want to occupy space in your life for as long as it takes for the person they want to marry to arrive. So it's not a male thing. So don't let anybody come and upstage and mask you. So the first question, what was that first question again? Okay, difference between red flag and a difficult season. You people now have nice names for all manners of things. We don't need a difficult season again. Because if the person, Sakpa, I don't know, you see, it's when the Sakpa become red flag. Difficult season. Like when Liverpool goes into relegation. Okay, the season did not even happen at all, technically. So, difficult. Sorry, you want to explain the question? Where the mic? The mic not do with you. Why are you the stretch hand?
So, let's take it. It's not my question, but let's take an illustration. Say, for example, the person you are in a friendship with that's committed, that's like a courtship now, is seemingly stingy, that does not really give.
Okay.
But you are trying to understand that if this person is not giving because he or she does not have, or this who they are. So should I really understand from that perspective that the person is not actually a giver or...
Now the thing we call red flag are actually character-based. They are not circumstantial. It does not qualify to be referred to as a matter of character if it is not the person's statutory mode of operation, irrespective of circumstances. It's not yet the person's character. So if, for instance, someone does not give to everybody, he's stingy to his father, he's stingy to his mother, he's stingy to his siblings, but he's generous to you. That's not, he doesn't have the character of a generous person. And if somebody is generous outside and is stingy inside, he's not a generous person, he's doing PR. So, we are discussing, when you talk about red flag, we are discussing character, the person's consistent mode of operation, what the person will do under almost any circumstance. So, Now that you have brought, is the person stingy? Now, if for instance, you are asking me for 100,000, and I don't have 100,000, I therefore did not give you 100,000, am I stingy? No, I'm not stingy. I don't have 100,000. That's not a character problem. That's a being broke problem. It's a season problem. If you choose to put it like that. For instance, I see somebody that is generous. We find excuse to be generous under every circumstance and to almost everyone, as much as it lies within their power. So if you meet a generous person when he's earning 25,000, he will share with you out of that 25,000, even if it is 15,000, he will share with you, or she will share with you. And I need to add that she will share with you. Because somewhere in the mind of the average lady, they believe that the giving is supposed to be a male responsibility. As if that fruit of the spirit, goodness, kindness, does not apply to women. Once you are in a relationship, you don't have business with giving anymore. It's supposed to be mutual. You can't get all entitled on the person you are in a relationship with just because he has testosterone and you have estrogen. So the testosterone will constantly give to the estrogen. It doesn't quite work like that. It's supposed to be mutual. So the person who doesn't have money in a certain season and you are aware that he does not have money in a certain season and therefore he can't give to you at a certain level, that's not a character problem. That's not a red flag. I don't see how that is a red flag. It's a season. If you can stay through, stay through. If you cannot stay through, don't stress the person. End it. I've told the people this story like 1 million times of a lady I was in a relationship with. When we were in NYC, we were collecting a huge sum of 19,800. Yes, that was what we were collecting that time. Now it has gone to 33,000, now gone to 77,000, and of course. And we have entered the Adire era. Which one is God forbid? You will not wear. What do you want to come wear? You fry Caribbean, no fry. What a kuli. You don't want agbado. This guy, you are not serious, so you don't want to. You are disobeying the constituted authority. I'm a soft girl. A soft girl. You will fry soft akara, not pass like that, sir. You say you are soft girl and you apply for a Greek. Don't see as you soft. You will spread them for sun like cocoa for farm. You say that soft girl. As I was saying, Ojari. So, when I was earning 19.5, there was a time that she needed to get full. She said she wanted to be blogging that time. The blogging thing never really popular like that. That she wanted to be blogging that time, so she needed a good phone. Out of 19.8, I gave her 15,000. Yes. To add to whatever money she had, so she can buy a phone. Now, to make it even more interesting, she was serving in one of those states that paid you additional 10,000 on top of your 19.8. I was serving in Ekiti. If you are not careful that time, fire will collect 1 or 2 from your 19.8. He ain't giving you 10 kobo. But out of this 19.8, I gave her 15,000. And for me, it was a practical decision. It was something I could have done for a friend. It's not like when we now had to go our separate ways, I was now feeling bad and feeling like I lost money. No, it's something I would have done it for her as a friend. There were months that out of that 19.8, I will send out as much as 17,000. Yes, and now look for side hustle to use to survive the month. So there was no chance that she can pin stinginess on me. But shortly after we left NYC now, she went to her parents' house where there's at the very least free food and free accommodation. I didn't return to my parents' house. I came to Benin where I had to rent accommodation and feed myself. And to a certain extent, feed other people, send money home. And then I kept getting messages. One day I got one long message. That was about probably the third time I was getting long message. And she knew how to write. She was a very good writer. So she constructed the thing. I read the thing the first time. I read it the second time. I read it the third time. I came up with one summary. Say, all the things this lady has complained about can be solved by just additional cash. So the problem here, with all this long story, is money. Every other thing appears to be just excuses. The problem here is money. So one day I sent her a message. I mean, I've told you people this before, in case you missed it the first times I've told it. Gelly, my summary of all these things you have said, which you have now seen for the first time, is that we need to pump more money into this relationship venture. Which right now, to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil, is not available right now. And I can't promise it will change by tomorrow morning. So that we will not be stressing each other and wasting each other's time. You have 24 hours to let me know whether we should continue this relationship, or you know you are unable to do again and we should end it. And she called me back, said, what do you mean? Is that the only thing you have to say? I said, well, lie. That's the only thing I have to say. There's nothing else I want to say in response to this, your long message. This is a money problem. I can't do anything about this thing right now. I am doing what I can. Yes, so right now I am statutorily stingy. I'm officially stingy. I can't do any. So, see, this is a red flag. Very red, pepper red, tufiakwa red. I can't do anything about it. It's red. So what is it going to be? Are you going to day or you're not going to day? And she called me the following. She said, okay, I should give her time. 24 hours expired. I called her. Said, sis, 24 hours expired about 2 hours ago. I have not heard from you. I need to know. Am I engaged or am I singularly single? You don't get anyone where I know like between the two status. I liked being in a relationship. I also like being very single. I liked myself too much to not enjoy singleness. I liked being single. She said, are you serious about these 24 hours? I said, like I said yesterday, I'm very serious. So she called me sometimes in the night. By that time, she had made Eba and Eforiro. We were living together. So she had made Eba that time. He was waiting for me. So I wanted the conversation to be very quick so that the Eba will not get cold. May not go cold. You're wrong. So she eventually called and told me how I have helped her to be consistent, how I have always insisted that she finish whatever she starts, how our friends were very happy when we started the relationship because they felt that I was going to help her to stabilize certain area of her life, how she has learned so much, how she carried on and carried on and carried on. However, because of she thinks that it is better that we break up. Say, nah, if we talk now, I can't waste time. Well, why your vote of thanks can't long past the sermon? So I said, okay, thank you very much. It was nice doing business with you. Should you, if you need to have a conversation or need to do anything you think I can help with, I mean, I'm always here. It's not like we quarreled. We just realized that the relationship will not work. So it's okay. You're not quarreled. That's fine. The Lord be with you. I mean, this was very great while it lasted. You have a duty to say that, either you believe it or not. So, and we went our separate ways. My point is that was a season. I couldn't do anything about the thing she was complaining about. If that to her was a red flag, then she should go. So you should be able to decipher between a circumstantial problem and a character flaw. Somebody is broke, that's a circumstantial problem. But what is he doing? Is he working? Is he acquiring a skill? How does he manage the money that he has? The little that he has, is he capable of sharing? Not only with you. If he has a younger sister in school, and the younger sister is broke and cannot eat and cannot buy handout, and is dashing you money to make his hair, that is an idiot. You should not marry him. He does not know how to straighten out his priority. He will soon use your daughter's school fees to buy birthday cake for you. And then you will enjoy birthday cake and snap nice picture, and then your daughter will be sent back to from school the following day. That is an idiot. Don't marry him. It's not everything that is mushy, mushy, mushy. So the little money that he has, what is his priority? How does he manage it? Is he learning? Is he growing? Is he improving? Does he have some form of direction? I didn't really have direction like that. I still don't. But, I mean, what is he doing with his life? Is he a lazy person? If he's a lazy person, that's a red flag. You should run. If he's an idler, that's a red flag. You should run. But if whatever he's doing is just not producing money yet, or he just doesn't earn enough yet, or he does not consistent in whatever he's earning yet, well, if you can, be patient. If you cannot be patient, it's totally fine. It's your fundamental right to engage, the same way it is your right to disengage. Nobody will beat you. So, red flag, character. Circumstantial, they technically don't meet like that.
Okay, praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So I have a series of questions. You know, I'm a nice guy. I'm trying to help some people here. So I think the first question is, at what point should one attempt to amen? It's better. To convert a friendship into a courtship? Are there markers that say, okay, this is time? Because I think that there is such a thing as doing it too early or doing it too late. So, number one. Number two, what is your, and I want to also get his opinion on this, what is your general opinion on school relationship while in university? Because it's always, I don't have a position because I've seen it go both ways in the most extreme sense. Some end in marriage, some end in hot tears. So, and number three, when you were talking, you mentioned breaking up. And I don't think we talk about this well enough in church.
How to break up, Abi?
How to break up and how to handle breakup when it is served to you. Especially in instances where you don't think you deserved it. And finally, so I can help Albert, is there a way to toast girls? Let me help Albert. Let me help Chidubem.
Did Albert tell you that he has a toasting problem?
Albert is a bit toast girl.
That's where GPT comes in.
No, but it's a very serious question because I think that many Christian brothers don't know how to go about it. That is why they always end up saying things like, I saw you in my dream, or God told me, or those kinds of things. Is there a way to
That is why, you see, one of the most difficult problems you can have in this life is to not be a Yoruba person. See, one thing about God is that if he really loves you, he will make sure you can speak Yoruba. Because, for instance, if a Yoruba man from Ibadan wants to toast a Yoruba girl, it's very simple. Must he love for real? So follow above follow. I follow rẹ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ rí ibú ni o. Ọ̀sán tó bá rí gbajúmọ̀ tí ó bọ̀, ẹ̀yọ̀kọ̀ lásán ni ó fi mú o. Tell your neighbor the meaning of that thing. It's very simple, straightforward way to toast girls, but you people don't speak Yoruba. I wonder what you speak. That thing that Albert speaks now he thinks it's a language too. It's okay. So, what was that your first question?
Transition point.
Yeah, a transition. Why did things stick to your head like that? So, transition from friendship into courtship. At what point? You see, these are human relationships. You cannot put them in black and white, cut and take like that. But, well, there are a few things that can help. I honestly don't think anybody should transition from friendship to a committed relationship towards marriage until both of you have marriage in view. When I say my marriage in view, I'm not saying you are viewing marriage in the next 15 years. You are viewing marriage one day. You have arrived at the point where you can consider marriage within the next 1 year. If your consideration of marriage is in the next 5 years, 6 years, I think you just leave it at friendship. It's too stressful to go and start a commitment, and that more or less undo school relationship, in my opinion. Because if you are in year 3 and he's in year 4, you are in year 3 pharmacy, he's in year 4 optometry. There is no way any of you is going to be ready for marriage earlier than unless you are nepo babies, that they will just gather you, both of you together like chickens and have wedding done for you. if you are going to be able to participate in the wedding, there's no way any of you is getting ready for marriage earlier than 5 years from that point. So do you want to be courting for 5 years from campus? Well, like you said, it can work. In fact, one of my friends, both himself and the girl did 8 years of courtship. That ain't gonna be me. I will not try it. But when they did 8 years, those are one of the very few that worked. Most don't. And one of the problems that creates is that at a point you should be building friendships that can be very good quality currency. I mean, very good. I don't like the word currency. It makes you look like you are thinking about using people. But friendships that can be good support system for you, and both of you can support each other for the rest of your life. At a point you should be building that, you are building a relationship that stands a very high chance of breaking, and then you would have also lost the friendship. Because most times, once we are friends, then we move on to relationship. Once the relationship breaks, it's near impossible to revert back to friendship. It just never works. Rarely works, almost never. So, at that point, you are in school. It is the time to nourish as many friendships as you can. And just enjoy those platonic relationships that are seemingly not going anywhere. Now, it does not mean you cannot be eyeing a girl. But at the very least, maybe, if you must, maybe final year. But the point you should be focusing on academics, I think, is a lot of distraction and confusion to be doing relationships. Now, again, maturity level varies. But who is measuring the maturity? How you think no say? Because if you are the judge of this maturity, then you are probably not as mature as you think. So it's not like some really cannot work. It might work. Most don't. Most don't. I mean, from the time I was in school, and then the ones I have seen after I left school and counseling and all that, I can almost say that 9 out of 10 don't. Majority of them don't. So, I would rather you get close to where marriage will happen before you start trying to move it from friendship into courtship. One of the reasons people want to move it into courtship in the hurry is insecurity. What if someone else takes him? What if someone else takes her? And if insecurity now becomes your motivation, you very much likely are not going to be making a wise decision. If it is not yet time to do something, don't go and awaken love before it's time. Whether that scripture is correctly used like that, I don't know. But don't go and stir up emotions that you can't manage. Because either you like it or not, emotions will get involved. Don't go and stir up emotions that you are not equipped to manage. And even if you can manage it, for how long can you manage it without getting into trouble with it? Because sometimes you do relationship for so long, both of you now get bored. But friendship, you are not forming anything, you are not moving towards anything. Both of you are just living your life and enjoying yourselves. And there are friendships I know I would have lost today if I have tried to so-called move it to the next level. But I still have them because God helped me with the discipline to stay away until I can say that wedding wants to happen. So by the time I was telling my wife, Alpha, you go like marry. I asked her that question in February. By April of the following year, we were married. By December, we had done introduction. So I asked her that question in February. December, we had done introduction. April, we were wedded. I had seen marriage in view. I didn't have money. My salary was 25K. In 2018, 25K wasn't good money in 2018. But I just knew it was time to do it. If you ask me to explain how I knew it was time, I honestly don't know. I just knew it was time to do it. And I felt like if I don't do it that time, I might not be able to do it in the next 5 years. I just knew it was time to do it. And we did it. And I'm grateful we did it. So, Emmanuel said he want how to toast a girl. Well, I don't know if there's a formula to that. I cannot remember making an official. Maybe Daddy knows. You know, it's more experience. I don't. So what was the ancient method of toast? Yes, and he said he wants to hear your thoughts on school relationship.
Let's start with school relationship. I think you've said it all. There is no hard and fast rule about it, but there is wisdom about it. And that is what he has already explained. You can intensify relationships and narrow them down to those people who share your the values,
All
yes.
values.
Those who understand you, you can understand. Build that mini community around yourself, that network. Let it be there. But you are not yet saying, I want to marry. Or you are not telling the person, you do quick now, I've been waiting for you to say something. But there is that intimacy at the surface level. I need to say that because it should not get to a point where you unnecessarily make another person feel that dating has started. Just friendship. So you can have intimate friends, not yet dating. So that's the best scenario. That way, you are safer, whether you're a brother or you're a sister. But it's very important to know when both sides, Brahma mentioned something about both sides being ready. What sometimes happens is that one person is ready, sometimes, but the other person is totally not ready. In fact, not even thinking of it, or perhaps just thought of it in waves, in passing. It's always important that as both people move on in friendship, you don't allow thoughts to go too far. You might very well want to ask questions. And if you are wise, you should know how to choose your words well. Some people like it blunt. Wait, do you see both of us getting married in the future? I don't mind. If that person, the other person asking that, the other person hearing that question is comfortable with it, why not? Your answer can be yes, no, or I don't know yet. So that blunt approach is very good because it provides clarity. However, you may want to be diplomatic about it. You may be wondering, do you see us making progress on this? You seem to like me very much, and I seem to be developing interest in you very much. How far can we go about this? That's a more diplomatic or more refined way to put it. Howsoever you, very soft way, yes. Howsoever you go about it, just make sure that one person is not going too far compared to the other. Then finally, on the issue of how to propose, there is no one method that is the right method, but there is one method that is definitely wrong, or one of several methods that are wrong. And I may have said it here before. I won't tell sisters. If a brother approaches you and says, God told me that you are my wife, and I see us fulfilling the purpose of God for our lives in obedience to what God has told me. A sister should simply tell the brother, go ahead and marry me. Just go ahead. Let us see how you marry you without your consent. Because that person is saying that your consent is not important. What is important is obedience to God. Where he calls you and you don't pick his calls, or you even block him, or you switch off, he will now his head will now become correct to now know how to say, I'm sorry, I think I offended you the way I spoke. Because such people, that's a red flag. If you're talking about red flags. The way to approach is to be, let's get this clearly. Marriage is human. There is no marital status in heaven. Jesus made that clear. I hope it's still in your Bible. So don't come telling me that it's something that you just command somebody to be your wife, or command somebody to be your husband, as the case may be. Some people are labeled like that. In fact, there was one brother, his own was so intense. But God spoke to me. He was so... I met the sister. Is it true that The sister just waved him aside. And the brother was adamant. You can't force her. So we all had to leave her. Leave him rather, to himself. He must be married now, because I'm telling you what happened about 21 years ago. Oh, the sister is, in fact, she must have finished having children now. So the important thing is express love. If there is love, but don't propose to a person where you don't have love for her. It is wicked, it's ungodly, it is harsh, it is persecutory actually. Don't tell a sister you want to marry. A brother did that many years back. In fact, I even thought the sister happened to have been close to me too. So he told her that God sent me a message to you. I have a word for you from the Lord. The sister suspected what was going to happen. And she was right. It was a proposal for marriage. Yes. So he kept complaining that, how is it that if he handles Mike in fellowship, some people here, when God wants to speak to them, they are avoiding what God. Me, I don't even know what they happen until more information became clear. And then it was that he wanted to marry her. Of course, she dismissed him. She dismissed him. So if you don't have love, don't try it. However, you love this person, you're ready to propose marriage, please get your words right. I know nowadays there is engagement ring, there's a ceremony and all that. That one is a separate one, though. It is the initial one we are talking about. I think that's what the question is. That initial hint and hair. It doesn't have to be a one-day stone that you throw. Build it up. And I think ladies like that a lot. Yes, build it up. Build it up. You can tell her things like, but it has to be true. Don't fake a lie. It's becoming more and more difficult for me to just see you as one of the sisters around. I discovered that each time I tell you something about myself, I have no reason to regret doing so. You seem to have something good. Even when you are silent, it means a lot to me. But the few words you say make impact on me. They help me. You know, you've said that this is week 1. 2-3 weeks later, you are saying something as an improvement on that. You are saying things like, I'm trying not to be in a hurry beyond myself. But I'm happy each time I'm with you. And I just wish my future can be this good. So that way, she's getting signals. And of course, she's happy. Her chemistry is responding to what you're saying. Matters. Yes. Or not. Or go backwards. Or slow down. Very good. But be careful the way you read some people's faces. I'm a slightly stubborn person when it comes to that. There are persons who may, talking to brothers now, don't take her frown to always mean that she doesn't like what you are saying. It may be her way of protecting herself from what she either is not prepared for or making herself, and ladies do what I'm about to say now, they do it a lot, making herself look expensive. I'm not that cheap. You get it? She likes it, but she doesn't want you to know, so she pretends that all this sweet talk. Meanwhile, she's so happy. Because for her, she wants to put you under pressure so that you don't give up and you can value her. You don't call her in 48 hours. She will call you. Say, what's going on? But sisters, no need to no need to do all that. Be real. No need. It's not useful. But some brothers who are tough, I mean, I don't want to mention Chidubem, for example, who are very tough. They know what to do. They think, like, they just tell you that, do you know, even the frown I see in your face now gives me a sense of promise. Of course, am I talking of a president? It just your frown gives me a sense of promise and even makes me feel safe with you. It gets me the feeling that then she will burst into laughter if she's a real human being. So please, don't run away if she frowns. Tell her that your frown even tells me that you're a very serious-minded person. Things like that. Don't give up. Don't give up. Sometimes they don't understand the no they are even saying sometimes, or the reluctance they are showing. You can just tell them that, look, you may have had an experience in your past, or somebody somewhere you know has gone through a step like this, and you're probably scared about what is going to happen. Don't worry. I'll be there for you. So raise hope. Create hope. Let hope go with that love. Let faith go with it. Admire her. Tell her she's good. That way, you have started the proposal. And gradually, you're building it up. And you're telling her that I can see mutuality in what is going on here. It may be difficult for you to put in words, but your expressions have told me more than I could expect. Thank you very much. So as you're saying such things, of course, she's happy to be with you, happy and feeling safe with you. That's ahead of the main. That's how to propose to a sister. Don't throw stones at her. Thank you.
Hello. Please, can you tell us?
Diadem, how do you want to be proposed to? They should propose to you in a prayer meeting. I want them to propose to you in tongues. Deborah, you want me to propose to you? You're a form now. It's okay. You perform it. Give a person that is serious mic. No, that then they will propose to her in tongues. Don't worry, leave her alone. Sister Faith. Sorry, no, she said she's Dr. Faith. How will you like them to propose to you? You want to be proposed to in anatomical terms? He does not know. Mamouche.
On the seventh day, when they sleep.
Why did they give me
Okay, Chidubem, come and see you.
Okay, my question was going to be for you, and I had another question for Daddy based on one thing he said. Well, I'll just start with yours. What constitutes your boldness in walking up to a stranger you don't know anything about yet? Just walking up to this stranger and trying to get to know the person. Maybe you've looked, obviously there is no how you can tell about the person, but maybe what you see first off, you like it, and then you just want to get to meet the person. What constitutes your boldness?
You're asking the question as if I have a reputation for boldly walking up to strangers. I mean, what's going on here? You get the way I think they use my boldness, not be like that. First of all, I don't understand why I don't walk up to strangers. If not that, unless I want to do evangelism, I ain't walking up to you. For instance, there was a more or less like a stranger in church that I walked up to today. And it is because the way I check the lady life, that lady be like person will go lost if she not see follow up. Did I tell you people about a certain person that shared a kidnapping testimony in church? I didn't tell you people. Okay, there's no time to now share this thing again. Well, it was a kidnapping story. She shall work out for midnight and she slept off at Sapler Road and went to see herself at Agbo Road bypass. So it was so she managed to escape the kidnapping and she ran to church to come and testify that God saved her. And that, in fact, when she was escaped, the one of the kidnapper that helped her to escape told her that, I don't know why I'm allowing you to escape. And they were true. Only she escaped. The other person is still there. We don't even know what became of that one. He said, but that God that you are serving, make sure you serve him very well. Except that after she finished hearing that testimony, we didn't see her in church for 3 weeks. And I told one of the pastors in church, I said, that girl, it was panic that brought her to church that morning. Said she has not learned anything. You will see. She will still not come to church. That was exactly what happened. For 3 weeks, she did not come. She wasn't really a member of church, member like that. She has only come maybe once or twice in a space of maybe like 2-3 months. So you can hardly call her a church member per se. So when I saw her today, I didn't see her last week. I don't think I saw her 2 weeks ago. So when I saw her today, I just felt, come, this girl is going to need a bit of follow. Let me find out what's going on with her. So I walked up to her. I started talking with her, collected her number, chatted her up and all that. So what determines whether you approach someone with boldness is your purpose for approaching the person. I had a purpose for approaching her. It was so that I can help her to stand. That was why I approached her. So we have a call scheduled for maybe later today or tomorrow. So as to walking up to strangers, I don't know why people practice that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not something I do. Actually, it's not something I do. But as for boldness, the way I think about it is either the person accepts or the person rejects. In my mind, if you reject, it's your loss. So if I walk up to you and I greet you, hey, what's up, what's your name? And we talk and you are snobbish. Before I got married, we had singles meeting in church. And after the singles meeting, they said, oh, you people should get to know each other and all that, greet each other, whatever. So there was a particular sister that I had liked from afar. I wasn't in a relationship that time. That I liked from afar and, well, she looked like a nice girl, so let us get to know her. So I went to meet her, greeted her, and tried to chat her up. And she was snobbish. Daddy said that don't take the frown on their face for Kinikon. I agree with him, but my own mode of operation is a little bit different. There are certain things you will never get a chance to do to me more than once. Once you do it to me once, it will not happen again. So as soon as I met the lady and tried to talk to her, and I got that attitude, that was the last time, very last time. I wasn't keeping my word, greeting as church member. Hey, sis, how are you? How are you? They love me with you. I face front. Anything way past how are you, I did not do it with her again. There are certain things you don't get a chance to do to me more than once. It's not anger, it's not unforgiveness. It's just that I was a child when I learned that I was an important person. So it is that boldness I used to approach anybody, including the people. As a secondary school student, we had one new principal that time. That principal, the whole school was terrified of him. Even teachers were afraid. And when we're talking about him, you see the way my classmates be cowering. When he's coming, everybody just quiet. Like, what is going on? I don't even know what I wanted to tell him, but I had something to tell him. And I told my class, I said, I want to go and see principal. They said, which principal? I said, how many principals did this school? Oluwole now, we just used to call him his name. You know the way students can be among ourselves. It was a community school. They said, which principal? I said, Oluwole now, I want to go and see Oluwole. Wait here. Like, you want to go and see Oluwole? I said, now will he bite me? He's a human being, I'm a human being. Which one be? I bet if we should get out. And I walked up to his office. As I was talking, the man was so dazed. I was like, he was shocked that a student walked into his office uninvited to question him. And when I was done, I don't even know if he answered the question I came to ask him. He said, sit down, sit down, sit down. I met him eating, I can still remember, I met him eating fried meat and blue wine. I've never seen blue wines before that time. You know the man offered me meat. The man was shocked. Because, you know, as a teacher or as a principal, if students are terrified of you, you will know. In my school, for instance, if I tell a student to come, students are in the habit of, you will call them, and then they will run. They will sneak behind one building, enter one uncompleted building, like that. I used to hear students whisper to fellow students, no run, no, no run, no, no run, no. You know they agree, oh, no run, no. Even after 1 week he catch you, that came where you escape, you chop him, oh, no, just run. Just go meet him, no run, no. You will hear them warning each other. Because if you run and I mark your face, if I see you after if you run now and I don't catch you and school goes on holiday and we resume next term, once I sight you, the first thing that comes to mind is that the last time I called you, you ran. I don't forget. And I'm going to flog you so that you don't do it again. So a lot of the students know that it's a bad idea to run when I call them. Now, Oluwole was aware that everybody was terrified of him. So when I walked into his office to ask him question, he was dazed, like, it's a lie. Even teachers were afraid of him because he was like a mystery man. He was a new principal. So even teachers were avoiding him. And he knew how to flog. The few times they have seen him flog, so everybody just gave him space. When he saw me, man was offering me. I was tempted to taste the blue wine because I had not tasted blue wine before. I was wondering what blue wine must taste like. But I didn't know if it was alcoholic or non-alcoholic, so that's why I didn't venture. He actually offered me. And since that time, he said, every morning, once I come, you come and help me carry my Bible to the assembly, because the man used to preach on the assembly. Well, we soon found out he was a thief, but Isha used to preach on the assembly while the cover-up lasted. I said all that to say that there is no basis to not be bold in approaching anybody if you have a healthy sense of self-worth. I don't care, either the person is a girl, either the person is a boss, either the person is principal, either the person is a governor, whoever the person is, there is no basis to not be bold. Now, I'm not talking about recklessness. I'm not talking about dishonor. I'm not talking about disrespect. Certain people have power. And there's a way you talk in the presence of power if you want to maintain access. So I'm not talking about being rough. But that one that your liver will be shaking, your body will be shaking, you'll be trembling. You are introduced, especially if you go to a place where powerful people are, you are telling yourself that you don't belong in this space. You are telling yourself that you are an intruder in this space. Not to talk of girl, just girl. What is there to not be bold about in approaching girl? Girl that the worst she can do is to tell you off. That's the worst she can do, because she will not beat you. She can just tell you off that she does not want to talk to you again. Except girls from your monos area, those ones will slap you. So you too, moral lesson, when you're talking to them, give them a respectable distance in case she's the slapping type. So that as the slap is loading, you'll feel give her a chance. So, but you see, even to those who are the slapping type, they go watch you before they slap you. Most of them see timidity before they supply slap. There are not too many people who go about slapping people who are genuinely bold. So there's a level of timidity you put on display that make your face slappable. So, no, those are not. And anyway, the person where you go approach, where you go slap you, that one is not even a sister in the first instance. That is a female banditess. So now you know where to even make you go approach a fellow adult. And it's been normalized. In fact, some girls think it's a status conferrer to be able to talk about the men they have slapped. See husband, where they want for Siam. They're going to be single to stupor. Then when they are 40, they will be looking for how to remove their egg and go and put it in one place and anoint it with the sperm of a stranger. And then go abroad. And then they'll start a podcast telling you why you should never bother to marry. And convincing you that all men are scum after they are finished slapping the hell out of all the men.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So the second question, like I said, was going to be for Daddy because of what he has said. You said something, sir, you spoke about communication. So my question, sir, is how do you engage intelligent communication with someone you don't know, you've never met before, you just seen the person the first time? It could be in church, it could be in a Christian gathering, it could be in maybe a conference, and you want to engage not just any conversation, but intelligent conversation with the person. What are the pro tips to keep in mind, or what do you do usually? Thank you, sir.
So if you're the one initiating the conversation, you should have a topic in mind. If it must be that intelligent. So do you mean an intelligent conversation to initiate a relationship? Okay, fine. Fine. One very good way to do it is to first of all present yourself very nicely. Wear a smile, but don't make it look like something fake. Let it exude confidence. And say something nice about the person as you first approach the person. But I think it's a good idea meeting you, madam. I've been wanting to talk with you. It makes me feel honored that I could voice myself towards you. Good afternoon. What you have done is that you say, there is no, in fact, she will be the one trying to be on the defensive. And even if she's the stubborn type, she would at least hold herself back and give you a hand, then watch you. Many ladies have been taught to look straight in the eyes nowadays. So she could look straight into your eyes. Simply tell her that you really like the way her eyes are focused on you. And it tells you, it gives you a feeling that you are worthy of attention. Once you say such a thing, you see, if you are a man, be a man. Don't be a boy. Don't be a boy. Do you know you can even initiate such a thing with just your eyes and a smile? Just let her expect that you will speak with her. Then double cross her and turn around and say, I was talking with you with my eyes and I guess you heard me. But I can't keep that to myself. A handshake will at least do something for today. You get it? Yes. But really, it's also good that as ministers, we're able to help people to heal. I approach this kind of language formation because I help people to heal a lot. A whole lot. I didn't learn in any formal way that they'll say such a thing. It's an attitude of the mind. So it flows, the language flows naturally from me. because that's how my mind works. I see somebody that everybody calls bad. I'm looking for a good thing in that person. That's how I see people and connect with people. And you'll be amazed to see that this very bad boy or very bad girl that everybody is seeing that way is suddenly surprised that he's been admired for something. Somebody finds something good in him or in her. And she may just break down and say, thank you, I've never heard words like this all my life. In fact, there's one I'm working on. She wanted to even see me today, just two of us today. I had to calm her down, wait, let it be Monday so that you can have two things to do on that day, not just to talk with me. So there are people like that who really, really want healing, but they don't know how to go about it. And I want to appeal to all of us. While you say such things in ministry, be careful where to draw the line. So don't just meet somebody and say, you look good, you are the rest of my life. If not that I was married, I would have. You now start messing up. I hope you get the idea. Thank you.
I also want to add something. I think this will, in addition to what Daddy has said. An additional way to go about it is to ask them something about themselves.
Yes, very good.
For example, I saw a lady.
Always start by saying something about yourself.
I saw a lady. I can't remember where I saw her, and I was like, oh, I like your frames. Where did you get them? And she told me, glass frames. Glass. Not shape, oh. These guys, Oviemuno. So. Also,
somebody wearing glasses, once you say I like your frame, they know what you are referring to, do.
And also, another thing is just, if you say you want to have intelligent conversation, like Daddy has said, you need to have intelligent topics. So, obviously, before you go out and approach somebody, you need to make some observations about them. Maybe the way they talk, maybe the way they walk. For example, I don't know if I can say this. Where I met my fiancée, for example, it was like that. I noticed some things about her. Like, oh, Alpha, okay. Oh, I heard you say this. Did you really mean it like this? And it's, again, many times, it is not just the first question. It is the follow-up question. How you are able to sustain the conversation. If you just ask one question and they give one answer, you say, okay, thank you, and you go away. That's the end. So I often say this, that you can talk with anybody and have a good conversation, whether you people agree or disagree. When I was younger, one lady we became very close. The way we became friends was I disagreed with her in class. So, this thing I said, it's not correct. This is correct, it's not correct, it's not correct. How do you know? You go back and forth. The thing is that it's being able to, your follow-up questions should spark interest. Oh, I like your frames. Oh, nice. Oh, where did you get them? You know, my own is getting old. I want to get something similar. Was it expensive? Oh, it wasn't expensive. It was 30K. And 30K is expensive for me. You know, you are a girl. Are you in Unibet? You follow up, and before you leave, you say, can I have your contact, please? And it flows like that. Amen?
Thank you, sir. Yes, I have
Just to add one small salt. See, you could spice it a little bit more. I'd have asked you for your contact, but that should be putting too much demand on you. Expect a call from me. There you go. You can go behind and get her number. Surprise her with it. Create that expectation.
All right. I have a question. I think so far, I know I mixed some of the earlier teachings in this series, but I'll be following the messages on YouTube. Amen. So I've not really been hearing conversation around feelings or emotions in this matter. So say, for example, you said friendship, then courtship, then marriage. So how do you maintain friendship with the opposite gender that you have feelings for? Not agape now. Agape is like the foundation of the emotions of the friendship. But you have mutual attraction towards, and you have to maintain that friendship without trying to see how to push it to courtship and then marriage. So how do you keep the boundaries? And say for example, you meet someone for the first time, you admire the person. That happens to everybody. You admire the person, and then you walk up to the person and say, okay, I admire you. Then because you admire the person, there's communication, emotions grow from there. Then you have feelings towards the person. You are not yet friends, as in friends, but there's emotions in place. So how do you maintain that and it does not become courtship? And I don't know if you get my question, sir.
Okay, so whatever emotions you are developing towards somebody you don't really know, that is not love. I'm sure you know that. That is more like infatuation. Maybe, well, if you want to call the person your crush, and it can crush you one of these days. So, so you can't, whatever emotions you are developing towards a stranger can't be classified as love. That one is something that you should allow to wear off and trash eventually. More often than not, there are very few occasions, rare occasions that can translate into something permanent. Most times, more often than not, a feeling that you are developing on the back of ignorance, because you don't know the person, you don't know the person's character. Probably all you have seen is the person's face and the person's frame. Maybe you heard the person's voice. But there's nothing of substance that it is established upon. It's like a seed that falls on the rock. Because there's no enough soil, it will not take root. Once sun touch it, it will die. The same sun that we up there. So my point is that once it's a stranger, you cannot say whatever you're feeling for the person is love. It's not realistic. Then you have a friend, and then you notice that you are developing feelings towards the friend. First of all, is that friend the only person towards whom you are developing feeling? If you have 5 female friends, out of the 5 female friends, you have developed feelings for 3. It is infatuation. You have to kill the 3. Yes. Were you not here when we taught love and infatuation? You were not there. Go and listen to it. Part of the test it needs to pass is the test of singularity. So that feeling that you are developing for multiple people at the same time is not love. Something about each of them that you truly admire. Yeah. It's a sign that you are thoroughly confused and you should not engage anybody yet. Because human beings have to be received as a whole package that they are. So you cannot want to pick one quality that you like from Diadem and one quality that you like from Mamouche and add it to one quality that you like from Faith. And now gather it where now? So, once your feeling is being developed towards multiple people, then it's a problem that needs to be solved. Because you can't, I don't know, by what means do you plan to aggregate those features you are talking about? So, there's a friend, and you find yourself developing feelings towards the friend. There's nothing wrong with developing feelings towards a friend. Because, it's not an enemy you are going to be developing feelings to. You're not going to marry a stranger. So there's nothing wrong with getting to a point where you feel that, okay, I think maybe something more than this can happen between me and this friend. But you now want to revert back to practicality. I told you people about a sister. She was in year 2. Is it either year 2 or year 3, mass communication. She found a year 1 optometry guy. No, not optometry, Pharmacy year 1. But the boy is big, well-built, handsome-looking guy. Except that this girl is big. The boy is big, the girl is bigger. The girl is a mountain of a human being. And she now decided that she has found a person she will marry. That she was in love. She left hostel, came to see me in secretariat to explain to me how she has found this guy and both of them are now in a relationship. And I explained to her, have you seen yourself recently? Do you realize how long it will take this guy to be ready to marry anybody? Do you think you can afford that length of time? He said, well, I will work around it. I'm saying that once you find out that feeling is developing between you and a friend, you want to revert. Before you start deciding what to do with the feelings, you might want to revert back to practicality. I still discussed this with a young man that comes here once in a while. He said that he does not see marriage happening for him earlier than 7 years from now. The lady that they are friends and they are developing feelings for each other, he said from the way he's looking at it that she may be ready in the next 4 years. Say 7 years, 4 years, none of them is close enough for you people to be starting a relationship. So if you are developing feelings at a time that is not practical, under circumstances that are not practical to lead you towards marriage, it's a feeling that needs to be suppressed. If you need to talk to someone, somebody needs to guide you practically on how to deal with it, then you should do just that. But it's not there are feelings that the answer to them is don't do nothing with anything with it. Don't progress on the back of that feeling. Daddy wants to say something. Let me stop.
Well, actually a lot in what you have said. But let me just start from the last one and maybe stay there. I have observed that especially in recent times, it's been so for long, but especially in recent times, when a man tells you that he will not be ready for marriage till about 7 years from now, in many cases, what he means is different from what he's saying. The readiness for marriage that they are often talking about is money. Money! I just said money is one. You have just mentioned another one, career plan. And I wish I had a larger audience to speak with, because this topic in particular is causing harm among the youths. You notice that men are delaying more and more now. 30, 31, 32, 35, 40. Who are they marrying? A lady that is 25, 26. Even lower. Yes. For every brother that is waiting for that long, there is another sister being kept for that long. So when people say they are not ready, be careful. I think we all as leaders in the body of Christ need to talk with brothers and sisters. Otherwise, it's a problem that will get worse. When they mean they are not ready, is that they have locked their emotions, because they believe that they will not be valued until they have reached a certain level of career and acquired or raised so amount of money. They want to have a status that will allow them to talk freely to somebody and the person says yes. And I don't want to blame ladies, but sometimes the society forces ladies to believe that that is the best way to get a husband. Look for somebody we don't grab, you get house, you get car. How? Suppose you now discover that this person is into something else and pretend to be a brother. Oh, it has happened a number of times. What is... You can see Brother Ima's testimony. Did he tell you that he acquired millions before he proposed? No. I know of a brother, he was not even employed. That's why I'm against some of the common teachings that, be sure you are employed, be sure you can lose that job after the wedding. What do? I've attended a wedding before where they had so much, they spent heavily. The gift I got, among many others, was a phone. They gave phones out. They went to Dubai for honeymoon. Less than a year after, they were begging for money. But you see, the eyes, of a woman, they are easily attracted by the present attraction, the present beauty, the present money, the present cash, the present glow. They are not necessary. And brothers should not then walk themselves up to that kind of expectation. Just be real, be yourself. This brother was so sound, no job. Another person now, no job, proposed, got into marriage. They wedded without a job. The little money they had, they used quietly. As I speak with you, okay, they've been married now for about 20 years. He's doing extremely well. I would not be surprised if he's hitting close to $1 billion in his assets and cash. Because he works extremely hard. He's into big businesses. He moves stuff in this country. But he had no job when he got married. No job. So I just want to appeal. This delay thing, some people have grown into it as teenagers. They just tell them, okay, this is how to. It's because they have been wrongly educated. So when he tells you, no, it's not this and it's not. Money day, the money and the career go together. Status is what gives you that confidence. There is a strong belief that if you don't have, let me just ask one or two sisters. Who can tell me an idea, give me an idea of how much you expect a brother to have before you can be talking of marriage? How much?
1 million.
No. Let's hear her. How much? 1 million. No. It's okay even if you are just. And it doesn't have to be just you. 1 million. Money. 600,000. Thank you. Faith. I don't know. Sister Deborah. Just an idea, your perception. I'm not saying your own condition. No. Yes, before he's talking of wedding, marriage, and all that. How much? He has a car already, but how much should he be ready to spend? I'm waiting, Deborah. Exactly, I just told you it's not for you. What do you understand from what you see around? You see, these sisters are too spiritual. They are not. 2.4. Well, that's. I understand what you mean. At least that's a fair idea. But I can tell you that 2.4 million will make some sisters in code hiss. And then you are talking to me. Yes. That's just to pay for a reception hall. No, not decoration. Yeah, just to hire the hall. Then you have not talked of the wedding itself. You have not talked of the so many activities, the gown, the suit, the all. Now you are talking. If you don't have 10 million, shut up. That's what and that's why many men wait till they hit that 10 million. So it is killing many youths now. Fornication is the alternative. Fornication, yes. They enter into marriage. Exactly. And then when the brothers that are also waiting till 40 want to marry, they go downstairs. And they're leaving many people, many sisters unmarried. So that's a big problem in the church. I've been discussing this for up to 20 years with ministers. Teach your children, your youths, not to wait till they are 30, 40 before they get married. Exactly. And the people who suffer the most are believers. Because the female believers, thank you. Because they won't go about opening their laps to just anybody. The unbelievers can just open their laps. They say, okay, once I have 1 or 2 children, I don't have to be married. And then they go abroad. But the sisters suffer because the world has taught the brothers wrong lessons. Or the sisters themselves have learned the wrong lessons. They meet a sound brother proposing to them. They run the eye up and they, hey, now, wow, hey, even me. That's why I call, now church now make me be like this. So. Eh? Me. So I'll now tell my parents that this poverty-stricken thing wants to be my husband. Am I that cheap? They don't have anything. They believe that it is the man's duty to spend. Yes. Exactly. Yes, that's what some pastors teach now. And it's getting worse. They're not serious. So please, it is something to be discouraged. We need to deal with. It's an epidemic already. 20 years ago, we're still coping. I know of sisters who have hit 50, 60, no marriage. Ladies, they've never been married. Some are retiring now. Sounds, I've known them for many years. They don't work, they don't retire. You retire at 60 or if you have worked for 35 years. That is state service and some parts of federal civil service. It's people like us that must hit 70 before we retire. But the point is this. Imagine somebody getting that old, has never been married, never had sex, never, and is still praising the Lord. What puts her there? Society. It is possible that some did, but I can tell you this. It's still about numbers at the end of the day. It's still about numbers. Because even if they did well, somebody else would probably not be married if another person got married in their place. Do you get the idea? So what is important is that people should marry not too early, but early enough. And the fears and standards and complexities that people put into this must happen before I wed. All those they were not there in the days of our parents. Life was simple. We have so much complicated life and relationships that the human content is often missing. People are just acting on social media or playing out the books they read or what the workshops and seminars they heard, playing it out in drama instead of the real human relationships. So we need to deal with these issues early enough. In those days, a girl at 10 already knows how to bathe a baby. Why? Because she's the one sent to go and look after her elder sister's baby. So that way she learns. But Omugo has become so popular that it's the mama that knows. Then she will leave her husband here. When she returns, she meets another woman. So please, I beg. Do you know some women? I've known of a woman who went abroad to do Omugo. From there, she married another man. Yes. A neighbor. She married a neighbor. A woman stark illiterate. The daughter just noticed that she was smiling with a Oyibo man who they couldn't speak. They couldn't understand. No English. You know, no English. And then the children of the man, Oyibo man, they're also wondering, how is our father liking this black? They started smiling. Before you knew it, they started exchanging more than smiles and physical contact started coming in. The daughter kept begging, Mama, what are you doing? Papa is at home. You are here doing this. Mama said, forget that one. That was how she refused to go back home. The daughter wanted to send mother back home. She said she's not going. She's not going. She moved in with the old man. in the next compound. And the man's daughters like the idea as long as she like him, they like, you know the way you put it. Happy together. Finish. So, systems that ought to help young people to develop domestic skills and prepare them for marriage are collapsing. Things are being replaced by the drive for money and social status. And then ladies make demand based on that. Only a small percent of them really get that value before they even hit 28 thereabout. By the time a lady is getting to 30, 35, how many men will want to look in their direction? Let's face it. That's why many of them shorten their skirts in the hope that that will draw attention. It doesn't necessarily follow. Exactly.
Another thing that I see also is that some young men, like my friends, want to get married. But then the kind of expectation that they meet from the girl's family is overwhelming. It's like they go to collect list and they collect list and the list is not listing. Or the kind of expectation that has been placed on them for how the wedding should be. Oh, we want this, we want that, we want it. So I think the question that all of this stems up to is how do brothers find their way around this thing? Because I know that many, for example, me now, I think I told Pastor Emmanuel this, as last year, I said I want to get married. The reason I was not married last year was because I didn't have money for wedding. So how do you, because at the end of the day, you still have to do a wedding. So how do you navigate this wedding difficulty? Because it's a big problem.
Thank you. It takes serious-minded people to be the kind of radical that I am. And if you really want to get married, be serious-minded. Remember I made a point on communication. Once the two of you agree, you can make things happen. Then approach somebody else who will play that father role to talk with your family and things will get right. This whole idea of lists, it's okay to bring a list. You know the most important thing? The love between both of you, the agreement. That's one. The next most important thing, who can guess? Is agreeing on a date. Just fix a date. You have not brought this, you have not brought this. The real thing that is required is the traditional part of the yam and go. And if they say 40 tubers of yam, somebody in your family, as a brother, should be able to talk with that family to say, the 40 is too small. It's 100 we want to bring. Elders know what that means. But that day, when we bring 10 big ones, please accept it. The remaining 90 will come with time. Elders understand that. Unless they are hungry people, terribly hungry. And if they are hungry, then there's another strategy for that, which I will not necessarily pronounce now. But at the end of the day, it's all about bargaining, persuasion. On that day, they will not want to send the man away the day of the traditional, empty-handed to say you never ready, because it will be a disgrace to the family. So that's why the date is important. Work towards that and just be generally good to everybody. Eventually, after the wedding, you will now know those who truly love that union. Bless them thoroughly. Let others be jealous. Then, before you now start, you just say, the man is good though. The man, he gave us this, gave us this. Because those ones who hate the wedding, they can be serpentine to the extreme. So you have to be very careful. I'm not saying you should be good only to those who are good to you. But build that relationship. I'm telling you what I even did practically myself. It's just, we don't have that time. But let me tell you this. It was not easy for me. You were talking about needing 100,000 naira, you don't have 100,000. You can have it 100,000 and not give it. Who says it must be given? Who says? If there are more important things, there should be more important things. So be it. Wedding should not kill me. I'm not planning for just wedding. I'm planning for marriage. So don't enter marriage with poverty just to make everybody happy. And that's why I like the system that some people use now. They just do something quite traditionally, go for marriage registry. Otto, maybe in church on Sunday, you just announce that they are married or do Thanksgiving. Finish, go home. If sisters will accept it.
So they have 3 weddings, Cinderella wedding.
But there is an option. Wait for another 10 years. No, the sisters will be left behind. The brother will go for a younger person 10 years' time. So it's better for everybody's madness to come down, including parents. The madness of parents must be dealt with. And this hunger for money, this appetite for wealth is a poison. And young men should not make themselves available to that. I don't subscribe to going into fornication. Of course, that's of the devil. But if the law permits you, in extreme cases, I encourage you go ahead and do that. Get to a marriage registry, register that marriage. I hope you know it is the certificate issued by that makes you married legally. Under the law. That's what makes you married. In some traditions, exactly, it's because of peace. And sometimes some ladies see that if I don't do it, my family, by the way my parents may look at me. You must choose. Are you going to remain single because of your parents? Make a clear choice. Am I frightening you? No. I'm just saying get serious. Get serious. Thank you.
Wait, don't worry. When I finish, it's raining anyway. So, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so, I remember, as Daddy was talking, I remembered how I went about mine. Remember I told you I was earning a huge sum of 25K. Something massive. And I remember that it was from introduction that my wife started getting the memo of what shall be accepted and what shall not be accepted. Because I told her very clearly, I am not doing reception. The only reason we are going to church is because your parents are church people. And church is just next door. I mean, this is my in-laws. This is church just beside it. So it will be difficult to not do church wedding. If not, I would have just done traditional. They have already gone to a registry to collect certificates. We didn't go there. She went there, processed, they gave it to her. We would have just signed the thing in traditional. Everybody would have gone their separate ways. Anybody that attends traditional will serve the food there. Everybody kissed the road. And we are married. That was the original plan. But because her parents were church people, she was emotionally attached to doing the church thing. Well, I honored the church, whatever. Let me tell you what happened when we were planning introduction. I told her, give me a list of what we need for introduction. And I saw the cost of clothes. My cloth and hers. I think the cost of cloth alone came to 120,000. I told her, I said, you are asking me to take my 5-month salary and use it to buy clothes for introduction. So what are we going to be wearing after that one? And if this is the cost of introduction, what will happen during wedding? What are we going to be wearing during wedding? I said, my sister, I don't have anything that looks like this to spend on introduction. And this food for introduction, I said, I can assure you, I will not bring more than 5 people to your house for introduction. If you people decide to gather 500 people, it's because you have plans to feed them. 5 people from my side. But because it is your area, you have the allowance of 20 people. If they pass that one, your parents have plans to feed them. Exactly. And she got angry and all that, said, it looks like I'm not ready for this wedding, that maybe we should do it another time. I said, no problem. We can do it after your NYC. Because at that time she had not said, she served in my house. So you can do it after your NYC. What I don't know is whether it is going to be me marrying you. So you can marry anybody you like after your NYC, but me, it is time to wed. And I'm going to wed now. So if you are ready, it's going to be me and you. If you are not, don't worry. I have friends, a lot of female friends. Oh, as a principal, I didn't keep friends. I didn't keep a lot of friends I couldn't marry. Most of my friends were people I would have happily married. I have a lot of female friends. I could marry any of them. I had amazing female friends. They are still my friends till now. Most of them are married. So, when it now came to wedding time, and I made sure that one of the things I did was I got her to handle her family. I handled mine. So when it came to cost, when they sent list, I told the list, got an idea of how much everything will cost. I said, look at what your family sent. I cannot pay this, so go and take care of your father. And she went and took care of her father. And an edited version of the list came out, which I sent to my father. And my father went back for another counter-attack to say, sorry, this is your list. We are not saying it is too big. We know it costs a lot to raise children. But you know these children we eat after wedding now. So please, what is it good? The man said, I've already reduced it. I cannot reduce more than this. In fact, it's my elder brother that said, I know it's your elder brother that drew the list. But you are the one we are collecting the daughter from. So they negotiated and they reduced it further. Eventually on the traditional day, we still did what he liked. But, but when we tried to pay, I think we paid more than 90% of whatever they had on the list. So it's not like we now defrauded them on the day of the traditional. So, and then on the day of the traditional, we had a plan. The plan was, we do traditional in the morning, you change clothes and enter church that very day. And the plan after church is that we would have packed the food. There's no reception, so we would have packed the food. As people are exiting the church, we hand everybody their pack of food, everybody go away. No such thing as, all that shenanigans that you call, reception, it's eliminated. We are the one that do three weddings on top of one marriage. You will go, you will go to registry, small party go happen for there. You will do introduction, party go follow. You do traditional, party go follow. You go to church, one or two go stay happen because you have to give BB cooler to all the ministers. Well, one of my colleagues was saying that they did one wedding there, that during her own wedding, that they said she must pack 25 coolers for ministers. In some people's wedding, 25 people are the entire total number of people in attendance. In places where people are well in their head. 25 coolers. Which, 5 alive go there, wine go there. And you have to put 3 big pieces of meat on top of it. You know how much to buy one cooler? And then to now load it, and then to buy wine, and 5 alive. And then they said the ministers that actually officiate, you have to give each of them honorarium. Did I invite them to come and preach? So, if you can get, thank God, keep quiet. If you can get, see, my younger brother did one of the most brilliant weddings I've ever seen in my life. Because I had learned that there are certain see, once you step into certain things, expenses just start to the open eye. Yes, sir. If I knew, I would have put my feet on the ground against church wedding. But well, it happened. My wife liked it, so fine. There's nothing to regret. But my younger brother learned on time. So both of us arranged it. We negotiated it thoroughly. On Thursday, comrade went to local government. They gave him certificates, signed 1 or 2. I think just the parent of 3 people from the bride side, maybe a couple of friends from church, but serious family member, 3 people. Then myself and I think I was the only one that went there with him. Maybe one other person, I can't even remember. Maybe me and one other person went to join my brother, finish in registry. Then on Saturday, he did traditional. Whatever food there is to give anybody was shared in that traditional. After which, on Sunday, they packed their load and returned to wherever they came from, being Osun State. Went to their church to do Thanksgiving. We have married though, so in case you people see me holding her hand and you find her pregnant, we are not cohabiting. We have married. I've paid bride price. Finish. And everybody moved on. Nothing like church wedding. If you go to court, you are married. If you go to your family house, you are married. Why do we like to multiply the expenses? I don't have a problem for those who can afford it. If you can afford it, maybe your parents are throwing the party from their chest pocket. It's okay. People have the right to spend their money anyhow they like. But if you are struggling to do it, money that you could have used to set up family business, money that you could have used to buy shares, money that you could have used to do all manner. Some people don't have upholstery in their room. They don't get television. The man needs laptop to work. He doesn't have a functional laptop, but he's throwing party. You are using money you don't have to buy things you don't need to impress people you don't like. Everybody will finish eating. They will dust their bum and go away. Some people are even foolish enough to think that, you see, if you don't do reception, people will not give you gifts. How much do you think they will give you in reception? Unless your father is Dangote, you are not going to gather enough money to cover the cost of reception in reception. No. All those envelopes you are looking at, now took a day inside. Don't go and see. And some people, you see, gifts where they give them during their own wedding, when no they useful to them, they will now rewrap it and give it to you on your own wedding. The only reason you got that gift is because they don't have use for it. They are just passing it. They are just passing it on. The thing would have been trash in their store. I know how many things they gave me for wedding that I eventually have to collect one day and throw it away because this one go useful, this one good, that one good. Now my do man load take plenty. So I found out that I'm keeping this thing because I felt it's a gift. But I know that the person that gave it to me passed it on as trash. One day I gathered all of them and threw them away. They were useless. So that's the thing you want to go and do reception to go and collect. Anybody that is serious-minded and has meaningful gifts to give you, we send it to your account. He will give it to you in church. He will give it to you during traditional, especially once they look at the invite and they don't see reception for there. They will know how to get it to you. Don't go and do reception thinking that in reception you will gather money. It's a lie, oh. Don't go and use 5 million to do reception, a bit 7 million to do reception. Don't start spraying you 50 naira. As you are spraying, you are dancing, but your mind you are swearing for them because you know that. Don't be unfortunate too.
Sir, I want you and Daddy to learn a voice to my question. I think I can be heard. Just hold on to the mic.
No, they are recording.
Okay. All right. So on this matter, sometimes I begin to feel. That's why I said I wanted both of you to learn your voices, so I may be wrong. But I begin to feel that ladies tend to be more fortunate than the guys when it comes to matters dealing with this. Let me explain. Like, just like that you were saying, okay, it was you that said someone of 45, a consultant, made everything, just landed to pick up a young 22-year-old that probably... No stress. Everything, in quotes, is settled for that lady. Financially and otherwise, in quotes. But it's very not easy finding a young man who is just starting out life to fall into such fortune. And a couple of ladies fall into such fortunes often. So please, do you have something to say? I'm saying.
Well, there's nothing to say. And that is a very tiny percentage. So tiny that you can't make any decision based on it. A very tiny percentage. So really, I don't think there's anything that needs to be said about that. And then you are a man. Pastor Banky said, and I quote, I can tolerate women looking for a rich man to marry. But if you are a man, going for a rich woman to marry, you are a goat. He might not be absolutely correct about you being a goat, but but you can't be gunning for, you can't put on the list of your criteria for determining who to marry. You are looking for a rich woman to marry. I'm not sure how that is supposed to work for a man. So yes, the man that is 45 and has now gathered everything, or even maybe approaching 50 and has gathered everything and finally decide to marry a 22-year-old. Well, the lady was I don't know if you want to say lucky to find that one. I don't know if to call that luck. There are downsides to also marrying like that kind of age difference. There are downsides to it. But well, if it...
Maybe that contributes to why the guys tend to stay longer to want to get...
Of course it does now. See, the guys, in the thought of the guys, the men who decide to pursue career and make money, is that when time comes, the 22-year-old girl I could have married at 25, I'll still marry her at 45. Because they know that once you have money, the average girl does not care how old you are, including some sisters in church. There are a lot of sisters in church that will marry a 53-year-old at 23 if he has money. They will tell you he doesn't look that old. That can you not see that he still looks young and agile? That's when you start hearing things like age is a number, and I actually like older men. Older men know how to take care of women. When you hear older men know how to take care of women, it is they have more money to spend on women. That's what they are talking about. It's not skill. Yes, he's young at heart. He's a Chelsea fan. You now see, Epa will not be wearing Chelsea jersey up and down, and be bouncing. You now be wearing sneakers and jeans. Now scam. Yes. Now then, that them they try to deceive. We know. You know what I mean? How are you marrying a man that when he gets to your house, your father is saying, "Welcome, sir." No, time he fits you. He fits you. So it is because people like that we marry men like that. That is why these things have proliferated. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish the story of what happened in my introduction. So when I told my wife, well, if you insist on this your list, I'm gonna leave you to wait till NYSC, and then everybody can marry anybody they like when the time comes. I'm not saying I'm breaking up with you, just saying that me, I want to marry and I'm ready. So if your criteria is this introduction thing. So she now went, and that is why I said that. Have people in your life that have sense. She called her elder sister. Her elder sister asked her, by then her elder sister was married. And the husband too wasn't a very amazing financial state when they married. So the elder sister asked her, said, "Do you think this is a good man?" And she went on, she's a good man, this. "Do you love him?" Yes. "Do you think he will make a good father to your children?" Say, before uncle, yes now. Say, so you want to lose him because of cloth for introduction? He said, if he says that he needs the list cut down, sit down and cut it down. Then she called another friend, and the friend said, don't worry. I can take you to a place in Idumota where we can find clothes that are way cheaper. We can actually reduce the price. And they reduce. I think eventually that cloth of 120K came down to 30K. And the introduction still introduced. Oh, by the way, I showed up there with one old shoe. You get one shoe, that shoe. Now they wear West meeting. Now they wear West meeting for school. There were too many important things happening that time for me to not buy shoe. I don't agree buy shoe. It's not like I don't agree. I couldn't. Guy, you know what? Yes. You know what? Sometimes I look at how many pairs of shoes I have now. I'm feeling bad. Why they buy shoe follow everywhere like this, like woman? So that time, I couldn't buy another shoe. I showed up there with the shoe that I had. I went there with my friend Sheung. Sheung's girlfriend then, Abi fiancé, whichever name people call it. I just dashed him a pair of shoes on his birthday. Both of us wear the same size. Sheung now said, she been 42, both of us they wear. I said, yes. He said, guy, now you they do introduction. We'll change the shoe. I removed my ugly shoe and gave to him. He gave me his own shoe. It was the shoe it was in my in-laws house we changed the shoe, not at home. In my in-laws, I looked back like my life. I said, guy, we cannot be introducing you to your in-law like this. It's not like the shoe was really fine, but at least it was better. That was a more recent shoe. I collected the shoe, wore it that time. I gave him my own. All of us entered the place. It was the suit that Sheung bought to you do best man for me that he used to do his own wedding. It was my own suit that I used to do wedding that I gave to my younger brother to do best man for Sheung. But everybody has now moved on with their life now. The only reason I don't have more suits now is because I don't understand why Nigerians wear suits. This country is hot. That's the only reason I don't have suits. It's not because I can't afford it. I have not necessarily blown, but I can afford suits. That shoe that we're exchanging up and down now, neither me nor the young man that we're exchanging shoe together now is in that state anymore. We have now grown. We have moved on. So she sat down and cut all the expenses. When she went to tell her parents, sorry, these girls, they took plenty, reduce them. The parents said, don't worry, let him bring whatever he has. If the girls plenty pass this plan, no worry, we will feed them. I said, since your parents have agreed to feed them, you people should gather the entire community. I don't have problem. But my budget for introduction, I don't think the people that are really important enough for an introduction in your life are more than 20. Because wedding is the time where everybody that has been useless to you all their life suddenly start pretending to be important. And then you start squeezing out your life saving and taking loan to satisfy jokers that have been nothing to you all their lives. Look at the girls. Some people will come to your wedding and they will be issuing orders and telling your husband what they want and what they don't want. Some of them you have never seen them before in your life. They have never been useful to you. On this wedding day, they are suddenly the most important thing that ever hits the planet. And it's because we keep condoning that rubbish in the name of culture. That is why we have created this nonsense where our ladies are now staying 40, 45. Some of them are so ashamed in church, they cannot come to singles meeting again. Because how do you come to singles meeting? 21-year-old has come to singles meeting. You that is 45-year-old that is old enough to be a mother has also come to singles meeting. And there are certain things they are saying to the 21-year-old single that does not make any more sense to the 45-year-old single. And the church does not appear to have answers for those older singles because really, what you want to tell them? What message do you want to preach to the person that a madman beat his father to death? Do you want to explain to him that is how a madman killed your father too? So some of them, pastors don't even know what to say to them anymore. Some of them have rested for the entire marriage thing. And they are beginning to think, so what? In my old age, is this how I'm going to be alone? And instead of reasoning on time and using their common sense while they are young, they will be forming while they are young. And some of them, once they start making money, ladies get into this trap too. Once the ladies start making money, they get into that foolish independence rubbish. As if all that we depend on each other for as husband and wife is cash. Then the time now comes, they will have all the money and they will now know what it means to be empty. Because there's no normal woman that does not want children. No normal woman that does not want a family. I had this name, was one of my friends, and I felt really hurt for her. She should be around maybe, I have one that's probably 42 now, she's still single. Very straight woman of God. I can almost swear she's still a virgin till now. She was prayer secretary when we were in school. She's still a virgin. As at the last time we ever discussed the matter. I know another one too. She should be around maybe 35, 36. The last we talked, she was talking about maybe she will go and do, now that they used to collect egg and take to somewhere, and one stranger will now fertilize the egg for you. I said, it looks like you have listened to them glamorize this single mother thing so much in your ear, and you are beginning to think it is cute. I know a lot of that single mother thing is frustrating, though. And the assumption I noticed from talking with her that the assumption is that the single mothering thing is only difficult if you don't have money. That if you have money, it's not that hard to be a single mother. So once she arrived at that deceit, I just gave her a chance. Because, well, she's not doing so badly. She has some challenges as well, but she's not doing so badly financially, so she thinks she can afford it. You will soon know why God arranged that it is a man and a woman should raise children. So please, we are not threatening you or scaring you as ladies to jump into the hands of every broke-ass nigger that comes along. I'm saying be reasonable in your basis for determining who to say yes to and who to say no to. Be unreasonable in your criteria for postponement. There's no better if you want to look for criteria for postponement. There's no better criteria than for the. When I got to church, it was just that was apparent to them. Number one, I wasn't wedding in my church. Of course, I was wedding in my wife's church. Number two, it was apparent to them that my mind was made up. I only came to inform them. Otherwise, they would have advised my wife. Because they asked, how much are you earning? When they heard 25K, they looked at my wife and felt sorry for her. And I could tell that the woman, the marriage committee, felt very sorry for her. That, shit. Somebody's about to be unfortunate. But they shall advised us that, when we two started, we really didn't have anything like that. Okay. But hope you are aware that this is how much he's saying. Say, yes, I know. Hope you know that both of you will have to manage. Say, yes, I know. And when we managed, we did not starve. A lot. But I was grateful I married when I did. I was very grateful I married when I did. If Professor Okeri was here, if you ask her, what do you wish you have done differently as far as this marriage is concerned, he would have told you. I'm saying it because he has said it openly over and again. I wish I'd done it earlier. He made up his mind that he must do PhD before he gets married. He thought PhD will happen in 3 years. I think that PhD probably took him 7 years or 8 years, something like that. The PhD took forever. The PhD refused to PhD. I think he eventually now wedded without finishing the PhD. And the PhD now agreed to finish shortly after wedding. Think about it like this, men. If you actually believe the word of God that says, he that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor in the sight of the Lord, you will not only think about the person you want to marry as an additional expense in your life. You will think of the person as an agent of God's blessing to you. And you too, as a woman, you must have convinced yourself that all you are is an additional baggage. I want a man that can take care of me. Are you a puppy? For your information, every adult should have an ambition to be able to take care of themselves. If you have hand, you have leg, and you have a brain that is functional. So if I can take care of myself, and she can take care of herself, and we get married, both of us should be able to take care of ourselves. And if both of us can take care of ourselves, if both of us put together whatever is left when we are not taking care of ourselves, we should be able to take care of a baby if one comes along or when one comes along.